happy Easter, or if we decide to post this on Monday, happy April Fool's Day. I'm Nathan, he's Ben. It is time for the DGen podcast. This is a go home podcast before WrestleMania. Uh, I didn't want to say anything to you, but I think what we should do for WrestleMania Night Two's podcast is just go over our reactions from Night 1. Because we're already, hyped.
Okay, so you want to
And
do
then-
two podcasts next week?
I kind of do, actually.
Okay, we might be able to do that.
Yeah. But seriously, big week up in WWE land this week. Big week up everywhere, really. We're gonna start things off with something that has got one of us a little miffed, and for once it ain't me. Becky Lynch does not like the fact that Rhea Ripley's stink face moment went viral.
Yeah, like what the heck? Like
I'm sorry.
it has absolutely no effect on Becky Lynch.
No, it's got no effect on Becky Lynch. I don't understand why. But I also feel like she and Seth Rollins like to overextend things and appropriate themselves into things
Yeah,
where they don't necessarily belong. Nothing bad
yeah, I can
against
agree
that.
with that.
Because a lot of people do that. But the problem is Becky and Seth are viewable by millions anytime they tweet or share a story on Instagram, whatever. Same with Rhea.
I'm not a big fan of the stink face as a whole, but it has absolutely no effect on me.
Yeah.
So why should it bother me? Why should you call it stupid or say it sucks if it has nothing to do with you?
And it really wasn't building a storyline moment.
No, it was just for fun at a freaking live show.
Yeah. Had she have mocked Rhea or tried to use it in a way to further the story that they're trying to tell between Becky and Rhea, which I actually like. Yeah. I wouldn't have a big problem with this. It's just a matter of this does not concern you. I'm sorry for what you have to deal with. Really, in terms of body issues, because I know Becky's big into that.
Yeah.
I personally like Becky Lynch. She's my favorite one on the roster, but
yeah, she's up there for me too. Yeah. It's just a matter of
this doesn't.
It makes no sense to say it sucks or be mad at the spot.
Yeah. Speaking of things that suck, Logan Paul steals a vet.
He did
to escape Randy Orton.
Yeah. And Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Which, I mean, hey. I don't know why you announce a triple threat match for the United States Championship so late into a book. But I gotta say, I don't mind it.
What are you talking about? It was announced 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't announced who would be Logan Paul's opponents. They were looking at Randy Orton, they were looking at Kevin Owens, this is the first time it was officially confirmed that was both of them.
No, it was announced 2 weeks ago.
As far as I'm concerned.
Or 2 SmackDowns.
But even then.
Yeah.
It's a great spot, I'm sorry. Logan Paul running like a coward, gets in a vet.
Oh, because of him costing Kevin Owens and Randy Orton the tag team match.
Yeah. Which galvanizes Kevin Owens and Randy Orton going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, which is funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's really funny. But then again, you and I were together because Good Friday.
Yeah.
We were watching SmackDown, and I can remember I was taking my time. I had some personal stuff coming up the stairs, and all of a sudden, Pretty Deadly beats Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about anything else. Just
yeah, but I'm like, okay. So here's the thing. I am probably one of the few people who likes Pretty Deadly for all the reasons that people hate them. And plus, their song is an absolute banger. I'm sorry. It's fantastic.
It's terrible.
It's fantastic.
It's terrible.
But
it fits them so well.
Everything they do has been fantastic. Happy to get them a totally earned, legitimate win. And I hope this pushes them into tag team title contention. I really do. Rock and Roman are on Raw tomorrow night on April 1st. And its first hour is apparently commercial free.
So I guess the question here is it an April Fool's joke?
I'm starting to wonder that too. Like, how long is that hour gonna be?
Yeah.
Because I've gotten over under on 52.
Yeah, generally somewhere between like 45 to 50 minutes is where they call the hour and air the first commercial.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm sorry, it makes no sense. I kind of want to go and complain to Sportsnet, which is how we get it.
Yeah.
That we want compensation for that because we were promised an advertisement from WWE saying first hour commercial free. It was not. 60 minutes did not pass.
No.
Now, keep in mind, this time we probably won't care because knowing Rock and Roman, it's going to be an hour-long Bloodline segment.
Yeah.
Which they don't need.
Oh, but it's going to be followed by probably about a 30-minute promo on Instagram by The Rock as well because he didn't get enough time.
I was thinking like 40, 45. Like,
yeah.
Really, an hour is kind of pushing it for somebody who's in movies all the time. Like,
yeah.
Movies last about 2 hours, and The Rock can be in a movie every single week.
Yeah.
Undertaker says that Bray Wyatt would have benefited the most from breaking the streak. Do we agree?
I agree.
See, I can see that he's in my top 2. I think the person who would have benefited most, Randy Orton at 21.
I don't think it would have changed a thing about Randy Orton's presentation today.
It wouldn't change anything about his presentation, like, overall, but it would have cemented his entire legacy. He wouldn't have had to do anything.
But I think he's already cemented his legacy.
Like, I'm sorry, anyways. At that point, if he's going with all the people on his resume at that point in time, he beats Taker, he is an immortal heel. He is your, I hate to use this, he is your final boss heel, which they really didn't have around that time. Edge kind of lucked into that role.
The only thing I can really say about it is he truly would be the legend killer at that point.
Yeah.
But I still think it would have benefited Bray Wyatt more in the long run if Bray Wyatt had have not,
I see where you're coming from with that.
The only reason I think that it would have benefited Randy Orton more is because Bray Wyatt passed away so young. If Bray Wyatt had have continued to live, beat Undertaker there, I think it would have benefited him more as well as future stars more because Bray Wyatt would have been the new immortal at WrestleMania.
Now here's the thing. The other thing we need to think about, because this is pure speculation. I'm going to put one thing against Bray Wyatt, and that is I believe, and forgive me if I'm wrong, didn't John Cena beat him at 30? I know he didn't at 30.
Don't remember.
I know he didn't at 30. I actually need to look at that real quick.
I think he did.
I think he did too.
But
see the thing was, if he had have beaten Cena at 30 and then beat Taker at 31, we wouldn't be having at all the debate of Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, who would have benefited most. Because it's obvious it would have been Bray. Yeah, he beat him. So here's the thing. Bray Wyatt had nothing, so it made no sense for him to go up against Taker, because I don't remember anything he did between 30 and 31. It made no sense at that time for him to break that streak. Had he have beaten John Cena, that would have been a real establishing win for Bray Wyatt. As compelling as his characters are, he's got one major strike against him, and that I don't think up until The Fiend he ever won a major rivalry. And I don't think starting at Taker would have been believable. I think the fans would have turned on it because it's Undertaker. Especially with the streak. Like, it would have been.
I don't think fans would have turned on it at all, because a lot of fans back then were even pushing for Bray Wyatt to be the one to beat the streak.
At 31?
Yeah.
Like, at 30, he would have won. I could see it if it was 30.
Yeah. And
But-
let's not forget about the Miz's streak up until, what was it, 33
God.
or something like that?
Like, absolutely. The Miz...
He was like, what, 4-0, 5-0 or something like that?
The Miz had a streak. It was going on, and then, of course, you had to feed that away to Cena and freaking Nikki Bella. Look how that turned out
Yeah,
for
that's when it died.
Yeah,
That's where it died.
Look how that turned out for you. It's terrible.
No, it would have been great. Miz could have been the next streak.
Yeah, he could have been. And you want to know the best part?
It would have been hated.
It would have been
not
so
beloved.
hated. It would have been so hated. But if you would have kept it going,
Yeah.
and kept the Miz at that heel, can you imagine the kind of heat you would have got?
Oh, I was loving it.
Especially knowing how much the Miz has done since 33.
Because I remember bringing it up to you, and you were hating that the Miz had a streak.
Oh yeah,
And I was loving it.
I even remember you were at the point where you're like, okay, so you want Cena and Nikki Bella to win? Well, no, I want the Miz to win. but you were like,
It's so good.
that was hilarious. That was good times.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to be a troll, Ben is your go-to guy.
Yeah.
Like, he will troll you about anything.
Anything.
Actually, you know what? We should probably make that like a little series. I don't know if it's on our YouTube or TikTok, but we should do something. Ben,
We'll figure it out.
Like, say your unpopular opinion, and Ben Walsh will either validate it or troll it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we got something there.
Yeah, we might.
Nick Nemeth reveals why he chose Impact over AEW. So, according to Nick, quote,
Scott D'Amore.
in the past, some talks happened, but I had a plan I've been working on for probably the last year and a half. I didn't want to go anywhere. Appreciated that several companies reached out immediately. But he had one plan. He wanted to do it on his own. Scott D'Amore came in.
Yeah.
God help me. Scott D'Amore was insistent that Impact wouldn't do that. Impact wouldn't lock him down for 2-3 years. And Nick Nemeth relented. He's now one of the biggest people you have in Impact because of Scott D'Amore. Again, what the hell? What happened? But yeah, he wanted to just do some dates. He wanted to bounce around being a hired gun. He just got out of a long-term relationship, 19 years. He didn't want to sign a paper that gave him exclusivity.
Yeah.
Scott D'Amore was the only one that would allow him to do that.
Yeah.
And had Scott D'Amore still been in TNA and Impact, I think he could have done several things.
Oh, absolutely.
I will, and I'm sorry, I will never not bring this up. Scott D'Amore was the heart and soul of Impact. Everybody could see it. Even people who didn't watch Impact knew how much Scott D'Amore cared about it, man. I don't know. What do you think of Nick Nemeth? Should he have went to AEW, or do you think he's fine right where he is?
I think he's fine where he is. He's doing what he wants.
Yeah. He's doing great. But speaking of people who aren't doing so great, Corey Graves. I know that's not what it says, but I don't care what it says. But apparently Pat McAfee has nothing but praise for Corey Graves' SmackDown tenure as lead play-by-play announcer. You know what my opinion is. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I'm fun. I haven't had too many issues with Graves,
I don't like him.
but I'm not as biased as you.
I don't like him.
Because Nathan has a big bias towards if they're not JR, then they're not good.
I'm very biased towards Jim Ross. I admit that. Corey Graves can't tell a story to save his life. Corey Graves can't use the moves to tell a story or to craft a story in a ring as he needs to do. Is he better than somebody like Kevin Patrick? Absolutely. But you want to know who else was better? Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
You got rid of him. Why? I actually do like Graves and Barrett together.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that Corey Graves is your play-by-play guy. Like, if I take a look at a duo and say, I want Michael Cole and Pat McAfee over you, there is a serious problem.
I don't think that, because you have a serious bias towards Pat McAfee as well.
I have a bias towards Pat McAfee, but I don't think he could make Graves entertaining.
No.
I think he makes Michael Cole entertaining.
Yeah.
Because Michael Cole is just doing his job.
Well, that's nothing but guy love there.
As a there you go. Nothing but guy love, absolutely, sure. But yeah, Pat McAfee, if Pat McAfee can't make you entertaining to me, got a bit of an issue. And furthermore, what are they going to do with the commentary team on WrestleMania? Is Corey Graves going to go back to being Michael Cole's color on pay-per-views, premium live events, WrestleMania? Or are you going to sit Corey Graves out? Like, I know you're sitting Barrett, which you shouldn't, but you are.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to have Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Pat McAfee?
I could see that being the...
And are you going to allow
Corey... Or are they going to flip them?
Yeah.
Like, one night to another?
Possibly. Didn't think of that one. Possibly. But even still, I don't like Corey Graves as play-by-play. I think WWE was in a bad situation, but I think there were ways that you could have went about.
I just think it could be a lot worse.
How could it be?
Could have got Booker T.
Oh God, can you imagine?
No. Well, I mean,
Ugh.
yeah, but no.
Ugh. Speaking of which, fire Booker T. Rey and Dom fight again at WrestleMania 40. It's going to be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee fighting Dom Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Why the hell ain't it Carlito?
Also, maybe it's so they can make it hair versus mask.
Oh my God, that'd be great. Oh my God, that'd be great if they were to do that. But they should have announced that right away.
And also, you would have,
I wouldn't have had the issue with Carlito if it was hair versus mask.
No, but also, then you know who would actually win.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you'd know who would win even before. But to see Dom and Santos get their heads shaved.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
So good.
Yeah, it would be spectacular. Here's the problem. It's not hair versus mask.
There's still time.
I'm hoping to God they pivot now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to God they pivot because that just sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Give them however long they want, so long as Dom and Santos get their heads shaved. Like, this is gonna be fun. Here's the thing. The crowd chanted for Carlito.
Yeah.
Everyone is excited to see Carlito.
Yeah.
And he's done a big whack full of nothing.
Well, you know, he doesn't have the music for WrestleMania, though.
Oh, God. Yes, he does. He
doesn't.
They just didn't.
Have you heard his music?
They just didn't use it. You know he's got good music. I know he's got good music.
I know he used to have good music.
Everyone else and their mother knows he has good music. Hell, he had it when he showed up at Backlash in Puerto Rico. He had the good shit. Then we get stuck with this?
Like I said, he doesn't have the music for WrestleMania.
Did you have to pay Carly Colon to do the whole I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool? Does he get like a kind of royalty every time you use that music? Unless it's like enormously expensive, it's still worth it. And even then, if you had to change the music, why the hell do you make it generic?
I don't think that's the part
48?
that they had issues with.
What, the spitting?
No, I don't think that's the part they had issues with. I think the part they had issues with is who made the last one.
What, Jim Johnson? But he's still on some of your stuff.
Yeah.
He's still on actually a fair bit of your stuff. And Jim Johnson, unlike certain other people that you've blacklisted from history, doesn't really have many
it's more
skeletons
of when the like trademark ends, they gotta file for new to be able to use it again.
But there's nothing that's saying Johnson can block it. He did it for WWE.
Yeah.
WWE would own it. At that point, it's not Jim Johnson. It's WWE Music Group because that's the label that Jim Johnson did it under.
But at the
And he
same
did
time,
it
when
as an
CFO Dollar Sign was under their label group, a lot of their music that they had to change because CFO, once it came up, wouldn't let them use it because their name's on it. They still own part of it.
That's the difference. CFO did it as contracted to WWE.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson did it as an employee to WWE.
So
He was the one that was under, like, and I mean, we don't know how the contracts were worded. That being said, even still, let's assume Ben is entirely correct. You can do better than what they did
absolutely.
Carlito. It is an absolute freaking travesty. Seriously, what the hell? So the end of Raw.
Okay.
The Rock.
Yep.
Does not cut an hour-long promo.
No.
Which weird. It was nice for a change, but it was weird. Makes Cody Rhodes bleed.
Yep.
In what is a clear blade job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know last week we were talking a little bit about does The Rock get special treatment.
Yes,
Do we need to bring it up again?
I don't think we need to bring it up. I think it brings itself up.
Perfect. Are we going to get Roman bleeding at WrestleMania?
Probably not.
Are we going to get The Rock bleeding at WrestleMania?
Probably not.
No. Harvest what you sow, dumbass. Sorry.
Yeah. And then, so even after that, the end of Raw, there was still more posted to WWE as an exclusive where they said, okay, guys, we're off the air. Rock went off. Doesn't matter. And he kept attacking Cody.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
But harvest what you sow.
I have issues with them saying, okay, guys, we're off the air. Yeah. Being like, okay, now they know that they can just get up and walk away. Yeah. It's like, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
And if you're off the air, why are you still recording?
Yep. Exactly. But still, harvest what you sow. The Rock, if you do not bleed, Roman, if you do not bleed, doesn't mean a damn thing. Matter of fact, if The Rock and Roman Reigns do not bleed, I'm going to say, WWE, you owe Ben $15 for every pay-per-view or every premium live event where The Rock and Roman Reigns do not bleed. We should actually start up a counter because you could actually get some real dough from that. That's a great idea.
I doubt I'll get any money from it.
Yeah, but still. It's time for Match of the Week.
Yes.
Now, I know we've been talking a lot about WWE. It is the week before WrestleMania, the biggest event of the year.
Absolutely.
And our Match of the Week really shows what it's like to be the biggest event of the year. Because our Match of the Week is something so spectacular, so extraordinary, that I can't even bring myself to say it. I'm just so excited about it.
Matt Cardona versus Adam Copeland.
For the AEW Collision.
In London, Ontario.
90 minutes away. We didn't go because, finances are a thing.
Yeah.
But damn.
I wanted to go.
If, that match alone?
Yeah, if it had been announced beforehand, I probably would have found a way to go.
He would have went. It's incredible. From what we've seen, absolute gem.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And realistically, if this means that we get Matt Cardona versus Adam Copeland as a long-term thing, I'm all for it. I want to,
as much as I want to see Matt Cardona come back to WWE.
Yeah, no. Chelsea's fine on her own.
Well, I want Adam Copeland to go back to WWE too, but
okay, fine. Well, then Get them both back to WWE. And maybe WWE should have booked him so crappily the last year he was there.
I do agree with that. Well,
Yeah.
He wasn't really booked crappily. He wanted more dates.
He wasn't booked well.
No, but he wanted more dates was the issue, and they only wanted to use him sparingly.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be more full-time.
Yeah, he wanted to be a case where, like, the good kind of part-time, where he's there almost all the time, and then have, like, a few month break.
That was his issue.
But seriously, Cardona versus Copeland, aka why WWE should have kept both of them. So we got, actually, it was announced, an unscripted promo on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, they went out, and one of them got absolutely eviscerated. One of them proved he couldn't hang, and one of them is the one I hate the most, but I can't say anything bad about the promo.
And one of them came out saying that he felt a lot of, there was like a lot of tension there because all three of the guys do not like each other. Like, personally, they do not like each other. And that it was a little awkward because of the tension. But I think it was more a little awkward because of one line. Yeah. And it was only awkward for that one person.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre, a.k.a. Stupid Idiot.
I believe Seth Rollins said dweeb.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Dweeb.
Okay.
Can we still go with stupid, though? Because it was really stupid. Okay. Drew McIntyre, stupid dweeb, refers to himself as the chosen one. CM Punk, one of the best talkers in the business.
And Nathan will just tell you how much he loves CM Punk.
Regardless of how you feel about him, one of the best talkers in the business. All he has to do is say, and who gave you that moniker again? And McIntyre is completely buried for the rest of the promo.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I have never really liked McIntyre's promo style.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
No.
That exposed Drew as being weak, which you cannot do this close to WrestleMania.
No, he needed a comeback really bad.
He needed a comeback really bad, but he couldn't think of one. My question is, should promos be scripted?
No.
And I know what you're thinking.
They should be outlined, not scripted.
But that one didn't even have an outline.
That one was outlined a little bit, but not
still,
much.
No, you needed more scripting there. Because you could not allow somebody to look as weak as Punk and McIntyre look. And it wasn't anything Punk did. No, it was entirely McIntyre's fault.
Yeah. Punk saw his shot, he took it, and I cannot blame him for that.
No, it was a great shot.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic shot. McIntyre can't think of a damn thing to come back with. That's entirely on Drew.
Yeah.
Like, it's Drew's fault.
I mean, McIntyre did have the last word of the promo. Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
It was terrible, whatever it was.
But, it was followed up by a nice super kick.
Yeah.
I really like that part.
Yeah. It's one of those things, though, man. I don't know if I can support McIntyre anymore because of that. It was so bad. And it made McIntyre look Bush League, especially compared to Punk on the stick.
So what you're saying is you're voting for Drew to win the match.
Oh, absolutely not. Not after that. If you can't stop yourself from looking like that big of an idiot, you should not carry the damn company. And I've never thought that about Drew McIntyre before. I didn't like his promo style. I did like his in-ring work.
Yeah.
But there was nothing inherently wrong with McIntyre's promo style. It was just not my cup of tea.
Until he brings up somebody who shouldn't be mentioned.
And then he goes and does that. He should be smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
Even in the heat of the moment, both in character and Drew Galloway as a person should be smart enough to know that.
But he just ended up sitting there looking like an idiot.
Yeah, stupid idiot. Stupid idiot. As a matter of fact, stupid enough idiot that I want him to get a tongue lashing backstage from everybody involved.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't think so either, but it's what he needs. Also, I'd go and I'd fine him about $50,000 for gross incompetence myself, and that ain't gonna happen either.
No.
But that being said, he definitely should not be a world champion if that's how he's gonna carry it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, Drew, that's not...
I've never been a big fan of McIntyre.
Yeah. But that is just really bad.
Oh, yeah. It made me laugh, though.
Oh, God, yeah.
If they were going for comedy, that wasn't it either.
It would have been like, seriously.
It was more of a tragedy.
So
that makes you laugh.
Drew McIntyre looked as bad as Vladimir Kozlov next to Santino Marella in a mic off.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that? Really? He's sitting at the announce desk. Probably Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are right there to possibly feed him stuff. He's just sitting there looking like an idiot. Instead of just, like, whispering help or, like, giving a sign. Then he needs some idea of to go off of. Like, I'm sorry. That was really bad.
I haven't really seen much of Santino and Vladimir Kozlov promoing together.
Well,
that's why I said I don't know.
See, the thing was, Santino and Vladimir Kozlov, Santino did...
I love their in-ring work.
Yeah, Santino did all the talking. Anytime Vladimir started, Santino would have just called him out on like, what the hell are you saying?
It's great.
But yeah, it's one of those things. I'm sorry, if you're trying to, like, even though I'm sure it's already written, you cannot have Drew McIntyre as your champion now. Because he's proven himself to be nothing more and nothing less than a laughing stock. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway, you got anything else you want to say? Because that's it for me.
Did you see the tease that Damian Priest might be cashing in?
I did.
Thoughts?
It's needed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't have Punk for a little while.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Rollins' run has ran its course.
I think so too.
I like Seth. It was a good run. It wasn't what the title needed, but you also didn't book it like the title needed it, like it does. You can't put it on McIntyre.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He needs to be back down in NXT, being busted to get that promo out of his head. Get his confidence back, then bring him back. I really hated that. I haven't been this steamed as a promo since Matt Riddle's, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot everything, bro."
See, I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, I thought Riddle should have been fired. For something like that.
See, the backstage reaction to that is Vince found it funny.
Yeah, Vince found it funny. Vince should have fired him. Or sent him down. Like really.
The issue with that is he found it funny, so he liked it.
And that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm sorry. Priest needs to cash in that championship. Even though, again, the whole Judgment Day Money in the Bank thing
I think
has gone on too long.
Needs to split.
I disagree. I think you can still do good things with them. But
see, I think with what's coming up, it makes sense for them to split. Not like internally split, but branch off in different directions.
Oh, if you're looking at branching, I'm right there with you.
The only one that I think really should break apart, like, unamicably, is Finn. Like,
fair enough.
I think everything that him and Priest have went through within the past 2 years, there have been a lot of ups and downs, should finally hit Finn and make him realize Priest is always only talking about the benefit of Priest.
I can see that, actually. And then Rollins can go off, take some time off because he needs it.
Yeah.
McIntyre can go down to NXT where he belongs.
Yeah.
And CM Punk can recover. Meanwhile, you've got a compelling feud.
You got two compelling feuds, kind of. Because Priest has always been against JD as well.
Well, you've got Priest Balor and then the greater Priest Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Because the only one who's ever consistently been in Priest's good books is Dom Dom.
Yeah.
Which is funny to say, but it's true.
Yeah. And Dom heads over and I guess teams with Santos.
Well, the thing is, I think that one is fine.
Yeah.
Because everybody and their mother inside of the Judgment Day knows how much Dom Dom hates his stupid, pathetic, deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
So Dom Dom having to do this for the sake of Dom Dom totally makes sense. I think everybody on Judgment Day would be on board with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It's funny. Dom Dom is actually the one who is like so intertwined in the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
That he could go and do something like this and like nobody bats an eye.
No.
Both in storyline and outside.
But I think that is generally what would be the split of the Judgment Day.
Dom Dom as the one with all the power. That's interesting.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
Finn, JD, and Damian feel like they all have to protect Dom.
Yep.
If Dom leaves, what's keeping them together? Finn and JD, they're friends. Priest then feels threatened. Priest has felt threatened by JD's presence for a long time.
What about Rhea? What do you feel like for Rhea? What's her role in this?
That's just hard to say.
Yeah.
There's been so much where Rhea is trying to be the leader, getting told what to do, barking back.
Yep.
Rhea just seemed like she's been there lately.
But it hasn't felt like that in a bad way.
But she doesn't go out with them to matches.
No.
They generally don't go out with her to matches.
Sometimes Dom Dom will, but that's about it.
Yeah. But
like it's not, when you're fighting Rhea, you may have Dominic Mysterio to deal with.
Yeah.
Which is actually really refreshing compared to the Bloodline.
Yeah.
But, like, Dom Dom will go out there with JD. Dom Dom will go out there with Finn. Dom Dom will go out there with Priest.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody needs anything, it's Dom Dom.
Yeah.
And without Dom Dom as the glue, that's actually really interesting. What's keeping the Judgment Day?
It's not that he's their lead. He is
their glue.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a leader to be glue.
No.
Because Priest can't lead Rhea.
No.
Rhea can't lead Priest.
Exactly. Priest is getting sick of JD not winning.
Yep.
Rhea's getting sick of JD not winning.
Finn isn't.
Finn and him are friends. Yeah. Finn's seen how he's lost.
Yeah.
Finn's paid attention to how he's lost. A lot of the times that JD has lost, it's been due to some kind of random bullshit.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's all I got.
It's interesting now you put it that way.
Yeah.
Like there could be a lot more on the hair versus mask match.
Yeah.
Which I hope to God is a hair versus mask match. I don't think it's gonna be because you build it more than just the last.
Yeah, they'd probably run it back at WrestleMania Backlash.
Still
in Puerto Rico?
I don't know. Is it in Puerto Rico?
I don't know.
See, now I have to check. But I can do that off camera.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we will see you guys for WrestleMania, aka where I hope Dom Dom crushes his.
We'll actually see them before that. Predictions.
Oh yeah, that's right. We still gotta do that.
Yeah.
We got 2 shows, and then we got to do that.
Yep.
And then we got 2 podcasts, and we got to do that.
Yep.
God, they're going to be seeing a lot of us.
We're sorry.